Buddy, well, I would like to thank you for being the first guest on my new podcast. And for those who at home who don't know who you are, can you please explain a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm really happy to be here. Thanks for having me. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Zach Bravo. I'm currently one of the swings in the Hamilton Phillip Company tour, and we are here in Chicago until well, now we just got extended, so now we're here up until the end of January.
That's awesome. Uh, I didn't put this question, but what's the difference between a swing and an understudy?
Okay, so there is a lot. It's I would say the difference between a swing and an understudy. I feel like understudies are normally are that position is given to mainly on stage ensemble members who cover principals. That's usually the case. And whereas myself as a swing, I'm not on stage every night, so I'm always backstage, like either watching the show or taking notes or reviewing, or in some sort of rehearsal. And I have a lot of well, it depends, but like in my case, like I have a lot of responsibilities, so I cover six tracks, and that's all of the male ensemble tracks in the show.
Awesome. When you were younger, when was your first time figuring out that you wanted to be an actor?
Oh man, I was very young. I think I was about maybe 6 or 7. That like I knew that I liked doing this, you know. So I was put into like, little leagues, and I did karate and all that stuff, and it never really sparked any interest to me. And then one day I went to a dance class that my cousin used to go to growing up, and I remember just sitting there and then just wanting to like just move along with the students. And I remember running to my mom afterwards, like just begging her to put me into classes because I just thought it was really fun. So yeah, I would say like around 6 or 7, 6 or 7 that I started dancing, going to taking classes and all that stuff. And then when I guess when I had my like first dance recital, that's when I knew like I wanted to like continue doing it.
And had you seen Hamilton when you were younger?
I did. I saw it when it first came to Broadway. Like before I went to Broadway, it was over at the Public, which I hadn't seen at that time, but I hadn't known I knew of it. But when it first came out, it was of course like the hottest ticket at the time, and there was like it took us a while for us to like get a ticket, but I remember it was back in what was it, 2000 and 2016 is when we saw it. And I remember the tickets, of course, it's really heavily priced show. So my parents and I, we sat on like the very last row, like the row right right in front of like standing room. So like our view was a little askewed, but like we were able to see everything that was like happening like on stage. Um and I remember like just being so excited to see something new, because like before the show had like happened live, like the album came out first. And I remember just listening to the album like so many times and just kind of thinking like, oh my gosh, like how would they tell like uh this part of the show with like with choreography and movement, and like what's the set gonna look like and all that stuff. So I was just like very like intrigued about it.
What is it like knowing that you get to be on the Hamilton stage every for a while?
I mean, here's the thing. It's great. It's amazing. I love it so much. The crazy thing is that like when I first saw the show back in 2016, I think I was still a freshman in college. And I was still like trying to like find my footing within the musical theater realm, because it was like my first time like really like studying it and like wanting to, because again I had danced my entire life. I only known like the dance world. Um and and when I was in college like studying musical theater, like I was like trying to figure out like where I would fit within like a regular Broadway show. And like I find myself to be like dancer, but like when I saw that choreography for the first time, I was so intimidated because I was like, oh my gosh, like if like choreography is being asked at that caliber, I don't know if I have the strength to like be able to do that. And then, but it was like with the support of my parents who like always like pushed me towards like like taking classes and like keep up with my studies with school, that like I would be able to like get to that. And like so I was very insecure about myself and my creativity as an artist for a while, but then like once I had graduated college and I had been seen for Hamilton for a few times, like I think in a course of like I think about 4 years, like I knew like it started to give me like a little bit of confidence, being like, no, I am able to do this choreography. It just it just takes time. That's what the whole audition process is like. I mean, there are people that are very lucky to like be able to get it on the first try. But it took me at least like 3 or 4 tries to like really like solidify my spot within the show. So
And did you
to
audition separately, like 4 times separately, or like four?
yeah, again, like it was over in a course of like 4 years. So like it took a while. It really took a while. It didn't really start to feel real until this time last year when they called me, and they were looking for like immediate swing replacements. And it was a very quick it was a very quick process, because normally when I had gone into audition, it's like the standard, like you have the appointment, but there's like a bunch of other people that are there. This round was like extremely different. There was like 3 of us in that room, and we were told like, okay, there's like 2 spots open. So the pressure was really on. So like at that point I was like, I need to get this job. Because it's like I also saw it as a really good opportunity for for the creative team to like really see us like individually, now that there was like a smaller group. But yeah, no, to be able to be on that stage and tell the story is it's become a full circle for me, and it's really great.
Talking about roles, what has been your favorite role you played, not just in Hamilton, but like all over, and why?
Throughout my career. Okay. Yeah, no. So before I joined Hamilton, I was with the National Tour of Cats. And I sort of kind of checked off my dream role because I got to play Tugger for a little while. And so like that was a really favorite one of my favorite roles to ever play within my musical theater career. Um, but I think what's really topped it off as of late, because I've gone on for him for a bit, is Samuel Seabury in the show. He's just so great, and he's like such a big featured track. Like you always see him everywhere on set. Like whether he's like running towards like stage left to right, or jumping on a table, or climbing on the set, he's always doing something. And although it is very physically demanding, it's really fun once you get the hang of it.
The night I came, I think I saw you as Reynolds. So,
Yes. Yeah, yeah. I was on for James Reynolds. That was actually the first track that I did when I debuted with this company. James Reynolds was my first one. And he holds a very special place in my heart because he was my first track that I learned. And I mean, that track in particular is such like a very meaty track with whenever it comes to like, acting with the other principals in the show. It's fun.
and like, there's so many small roles that if they weren't there, the story it'd be like hard to understand. So it's really
Yeah.
interesting to
Yeah,
see.
no, I think what's really great about this show is that like there really isn't there's no small moment that makes it like unimportant. There's a lot of important moments within the show, whether it's like a small interaction between like a principal and an ensemble member, or like 2 ensemble members, like creating the scene for the next or sorry, creating the set for the next scene. It's just incredible. It's incredible.
And I will say it's a different experience when you're in the room what happened instead of just on Disney Plus.
Yeah. It is very different, and also it truly is different. Like from Disney Plus's version to like the version now, because like I mean, what's really great is that like every now and then we have creative teams like Andy Blankenbuehler come over and like clean up some stuff to like really tighten up the show and like make it like always fresh. And I think that's why that's one of the reasons why a lot of people like to come back and see the show, because it doesn't feel the same. Like of course the music and the acting is all the same, but like with intention and like um and the force that we have to bring to tell the story is always fresh, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's awesome. Uh, since you were on tour, what has been your favorite stop on the Hamilton tour?
Okay. I have to think about that because I have been doing this for a little bit. Um, you know, there were a lot of stops that like really surprised me, that I really enjoyed. Oklahoma City was a really good spot to go to. They had like a lot of the theater itself was very beautiful. There was a lot to do over there. Anchorage, Alaska, was a really fun spot to be over. Just because I had a really nice apartment out over there, and like I would just step out and the mountains would just be right there. That was nice. Um, other spots. I'm trying to think. Like what was one? Oh, Appleton, Wisconsin. Appleton, Wisconsin. Like small town area, but like very lively with their theater and I mean I'm a sucker for like vintage stores or like just getting like old clothes or that are being like refreshed for like new wardrobes. That was a really great spot over there. Yeah, no, I mean I'd say like all the stuff that we've been to have been like really great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Since you're currently in Chicago, what has been your favorite thing to do, and what are you looking forward to doing?
Yeah. So when we were in Boston, we were there for a couple months, and one of my one of my castmates went to this place to make a rug. It's called tufting, where like you can make like your own design, and it's like your own piece of a not furniture, but like a piece of art that you could take home with you, and it's a rug. So I went one day and I was immediately obsessed with it. And for the longest time, like I was trying to find a spot within like the stops after that to like find a tufting place. And I had no luck. But then once we were getting ready to get over to Chicago, I immediately started looking for a tufting place, and I found one here, and I've been going every once in a while to like just like it that has become like a new hobby of mine. I just go in and just like have an idea in mind, and then I just spend a few hours just like making a rug, and it's it's really fun. So that's one of the things that like I've enjoyed doing here. I've also have been doing some master classes here in Chicago, which has been really fun, getting to connect with the younger crowds to like teach them Hamilton, talk to them about this business, the industry, and what's it like to like be out on the road and like work on a Broadway show. It's fun. It's fun.
And
They
talking
keep me
about
busy here.
yeah, and talking about talkbacks with students. Do you have any advice for kids or teens who want to be an actor or actress?
Yeah. So I always encourage uh kids to continue uh what they love to do. If they really like I asked a lot of them, it's like, is this what you want to do? And 9 times out of 10, they'll say, yes, I definitely want to. Okay, great. Then continue on with that. Do not worry about what other people say to you, whether like people say like, oh, it's not a financially stable job. It's not sustainable. It very much is. You can make a living out of it, because I mean, it's a successful business, And I don't think anyone should be discouraged about like wanting to do something that makes them feel really good. Like, of course, like if you are the type of person that has like a plan B, plan C thing, that's great too. But like I never, for me personally, I never lived my life with like a plan B or a plan C. Like maybe with like some things in like my personal life, but like as far as my career, I knew that I always wanted this like since I was like 5 or 6. Um, so that has always kept me going and my drive. And like, when you really put your best foot forward, whether it's like performing for a little bit or singing or doing something, it can change someone's view, attitude. It's something about performing itself is magical, and it inspires a lot of people. And if that is something that you just love to do, then go for it. Search out classes, search out teachers that are willing to help you like progress within what you want to do within your career. So I'd say go for it, don't stop.
That's awesome advice. What would you tell your child self if you had the chance?
Oh man. uh I would tell him that there's going to be a lot of people that will think you're weird, and that's okay, because weird is not always bad. You are capable of doing amazing things, and I know that you know that. um but just keep pushing forward, and you will get to where you want to go. I promise you, you will get to where you want to go.
That's awesome. So we have the question portion done. And since this is a podcast, and I'm going to say some Hamilton lyrics, and you'll just have to finish the lyric.
Okay, cool.
We'll just do that then. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
sure.
I was woken earlier, so that's weird. Okay. So this song is from the opening number.
Okay.
The ship is in the harbor now. See if you can spot him.
Another immigrant coming up from the bottom. His enemies destroyed. His rep America forgot him. We fought with him. Oh wait, me, I trusted him. Me, I died for him. Me, I loved him. And me, I'm the damn fool that shot
Yep.
him.
That's probably one of the most well-known
Yeah.
song. Alrighty. This one is from Dear Theodosia.
Okay.
Uh, so even though the ensemble isn't really in the song, but
Yeah.
you might know of him hearing it a bunch.
I know. Yeah. Let's see.
You'll come of age with a young nation. We'll bleed and fight for you. We'll make it right for you.
We'll uh we will lay a strong enough foundation. We'll pass it on to you. We'll give the world to you, and you'll blow us all away.
Yep.
Someday.
Alrighty. This one is from Hurricane.
Hurricane. Okay.
Uh, History has its eyes on you. This is the eye of the hurricane. This is the only way I can protect my legacy.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait. The Reynolds pamphlet.
Honestly, it would have been really cool if for the choreography for the Reynolds pamphlet song, they tossed pamphlets into the audience. Like
That would be cool. But that would be a lot of paper that we'd have to get
it
back.
would, yeah. I mean, I was looking at it on eBay, and it's like $50, but not even like one from the show. It's just like one that's signed by. Uh,
Oh yeah.
I think it's signed by Joshua Henry.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. So the next one is the 10 Dual Commandments.
Okay.
Uh, so this one I'm gonna ask 1 through 10.
1 through 10. Okay.
Number 1.
The challenge demands satisfaction. If they apologize, no need for further action. Number 2, if they don't, grab your friend. That's your second. Your lieutenant, when there's reckoning to be reckoned. Number 3, have your seconds meet face to face. Negotiate a peace or negotiate a time and place. This is commonplace Oh, this is commonplace. Da 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 da. Most disputes die and no one shoots. Number four, if they don't grab a piece, that's all right. Time to get some pistols and a doctor on site. You pay him in advance. You treat him with civility. You have him turn around so he can have deniability. Five, duel before the sun is in the sky. Pick a place to die where it's high and dry. Number six, if they leave a note with your next of kin, tell them where you've been. Pray to heaven, hella let you in. Seven, confess your sins, ready for the moment of adrenaline. When you finally face your opponent, number eight, your last chance to negotiate. Send in your seconds to see if they could send the record straight. Alexander, Aaron Burr, sir, do we agree that duels are dumb and immature, sir? Sure. Oh, wait. Sure, but your man has to answer for his words, Burr, with his life. We both know that's absurd, sir. Hang on, how many men died because Lee was in his spirit, experienced and ruinous? Okay, so we're doing this. Number nine, look him in the eye, aim no higher. Summon all the courage you require. Then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 10, paces fire. Whoa.
That was, and you got a word for what too? I'm going by the licks.
Oh man, I thought, wow.
The only part
There was that one little one that like I did I it's
it
very
was oh no, oh shit, it's time and place. This is commonplace, especially teen recruits.
especially teen recruits.
The
That's what it
only part out of the whole song that you missed.
was.
And for the final song, it is the finale.
The
So
finale. Okay.
okay. Uh, so it starts from Eliza going, uh, will they tell a story? And then you guys say, well, they tell a story. And then Eliza says, oh, can I show you what I'm proudest of?
The orphanage. I established the first first orphanage in New York City. Is that right?
First private orphanage.
First private orphanage in New York City. How many times have I done the show? First private orphanage in New York City, the orphanage. I raised
I helped to raise.
I helped raise hundreds of children. See, this is why I can't go on for Eliza because I would be terrible for that track. I get to see them growing up. In their eyes, I see you, Alexander. I see them every time, and when my time is up, have I done enough? Will they tell your story? Oh, I can't wait to see you again. It's only a matter of time. And then we just say time, time, time a bunch
Yeah.
of times.
And the thing I noticed about the Disney Plus version compared to the tour is Eliza, I think, gasps at the end.
Yeah. That still happens. Yeah.
Oh, when I saw it, she didn't do it that night. I'm like, wait.
Oh, okay. I guess it's different, but there usually is like a bit of like a breath that like closes the show.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but is it supposed to symbolize like her realizing that Hamilton died?
No, I think what it is that okay, so you know that moment where Hamilton uh embraces Eliza and then shows her like to the audience. That's basically Eliza. I think the intention is that Eliza has been like thrown into our present and is seeing the audience that is listening to the story because you know it reminds me of a it reminds me of an old Doctor Who episode. There was one episode where the doctor goes back in time to meet with Vincent Van Gogh, and Vincent Van Gogh was portrayed to be like a very insecure artist, and he didn't think like his art was ever going to be like perceived well or anything like that. And then the doctor brought him to the future or our present and showed that all of his paintings were like in big museums, like like really great famous museums. And that hit him, like telling him like, oh my gosh, like I actually made a difference within like maybe not at my time, but like at someone else's time. So I think that is what that moment is for Eliza. It's like she's seeing like the effect that Hamilton has had on America.
And I think what you were saying about him seeing his generation is one of the things that Amber said that really makes me think is I think the line's what is a legacy? Planting a seed you'll never see.
Yep.
and it's probably one of the most interesting. And it's a quick line, so you don't really get to hear it, but if you're really listening for it, it really hits you. It's really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a very important line, and of course, like the entirety of the show is a very wordy show, right? But there's a lot of nuances that are like very important, it's planting what is a legacy? It's planting seeds in a garden you never get to see, And I think that that's a very strong and powerful line because that is what that is like, and the one of the main themes within the show is time. We say it so much within the show because it's a strong point as to like how we think as people, like how we always feel like we're in a rush to like get to where we are because we feel like we just don't have enough time. And I guess this will be like a nice segue for me to say, for me to go back to one of your initial questions, like if I were to tell like kids who want to do theater, um, is that you have time. You have so much time. So like enjoy your youth now and enjoy like studying the craft of like what you want to do. Um, but never feel like you're in a rush. Like don't compare yourselves to anybody else's process because it's not going to help you further your process. So yeah, just take your time because you have it.
I think that's really great. So final question because I just got the message that we're running out of time.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but what song did you audition for Hamilton? It's an odd question, but
What
if you
song did I audition for Hamilton?
because when I went to the audition page, it said you had to sing a pop song, and so I don't know
Yeah,
what pop
yeah,
song
yeah.
that I'm looking for.
Let me
Because I
see.
turned 18, the first day I turned 18, I'm submitting
Yeah, yeah,
my.
yeah. Well, what did I use? I'm trying to remember. Oh, I remember. Um, I sang before like singing like all the songs that they required me to sing. I sang a song from my book. It's I'm Still Standing by Elton John.
I
I
love that
love Elton
song.
John. I love his music. Like he has like a really good essence of like, pop rock. Um and uh and like it's very like his music is like very easy to play on the piano, being that like a lot of his music is on the piano. So yes, so I sang I sang I'm Still Standing by Elton John.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap it up on the video, but I'm gonna talk to you after I end the podcast. But just for a second on here.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna come outro. So Hamilton is through the 26th at the James M. Nederlander Theater. You can go to BroadwayInChicago.org to buy your tickets. And yeah, so my next episode will be premiering in 2 weeks, and I'll see you there. Bye bye. And then I was gonna tell you, I don't know if you saw, but I'm in Beauty and the Beast in a week and a half.
Okay.
I can try to get you a ticket.
This the you said that that's on the 16th, right?
16th, 18th, and 19th. We have 4 shows.
Okay. So that's usually when I am working.
Okay.
So I don't unfortunately I don't think I will be able to come see the show, but like I remember briefly speaking to your teacher about like possibly coming in to do a master class for you guys after you got your show is done.
Awesome.
So if you check in with her and have her email me and we'll set something up.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's been fun, and I'll send you the link after I edit it and everything to make sure you get it. You can
Yep.
post it, you can do whatever.
All
Share it
right.
with everyone. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun, and I'll keep in contact.
All right. Thank you so much, Timothy.
Bye bye.